1, go.
That was pretty good.
On mine, you were 2 seconds behind. That's okay.
Oh.
Yes. Welcome everyone to this podcast episode. You may notice that Devin is dead. Again.
Yep.
Instead of I had to fight my way out of Cthulhu, Devin is now in the depths of Mickey Mouse. In his bowels.
And I'm just here in my office like, just don't let them notice.
We're gonna sacrifice Taylor soon.
Nope, not happening. I'll be here next week.
Okay.
And the week after, 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 and the week after,
and the week after, and the week after.
3 hours later.
and the week after, and the week after, and the... Okay, sorry, I'll end right there.
Dev, please zoom in on his face and make it go red. Like, scary. I won't be here next week because I'll be in the bowels of Mickey Mouse too.
But I will have pulled Devin out of the bells by that point, so...
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We were thinking about a topic for this week, and I'll be honest, I am really burnt out after that murder mystery thing. Like...
That was fun, but... rough.
Yeah. Okay. Rough because you guys know Tanner, for his birthday, I wrote a murder mystery party for him. And I went up to him prior and I said, how difficult do you want the clues? And he said, extremely difficult, because there's going to be 20 people. So, and I was thinking I have to entertain 20 people for 5 hours, so here's what I'm going to do. And I don't know, what do you think, Taylor?
I think it was really fun. It was too many people.
Yeah.
If there weren't that many people, the problem we kept running into is we would start discussing clues and stuff, and one person would shout an idea, and then all of a sudden it would just turn back into a shouting match.
It was hilarious.
For the record, I accused the murderers 3 times.
Yeah.
And got shouted down. And due to that, we lost.
There were several people right off the bat who guessed the murderers, but they were shouted. My favorite part is everyone convinced this one person that they were wrong, even though it was written in their backstory. Like, yeah, when they not son Jack, but cousin Jack, everyone told him he was wrong.
Yeah. It was fun, but yeah, there was just too many people. I think if we had about 10 less, it would have gone a lot better.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's fun to roleplay.
Oh yeah, of course. No, like I said, I had a lot of fun. There was just a lot of people, and I had to talk to all of them.
I know everyone was like, "Have
because
name tags."
roleplay.
I was like, no name tags. I mean, it would have made it easier, but I wanted to be immersive. But
I will say, I think what you should have done at the very least, because I was the mayor and the host of the party, was probably send me a list of everyone, just not like anything about them, just their names and who was playing them, and then sent everyone my name and character, because they were there because I invited them. I shouldn't be walking up to the guests at my party and going,
I mean,
what's your name?
What's your name? Tony! Fuck you, Tony!
In my defense, if they watched the video I made for it, it says the mayor's name.
Yes, but they didn't know I was the mayor.
Oh, I see. I wrongfully assumed everyone would keep their envelopes with their name and like hold them, so you would know.
They were so bulky.
No, just the envelope part, not the letters.
I'm talking about the envelope part. The envelope was the biggest part.
It was like a 4x.
No, it was much bigger than that.
So we talked about haunted houses. This is Spooktober, right?
Yes.
earlier we talked about true scary stories. Now, let's talk about which... We'll probably come back to this, but I wanted to talk about favorite, like, Halloween monster. What Halloween monster is the best?
Like horror movies or like
Yeah,
monsters that people dress up as?
Both. All of the above. Like, movies, costumes, go through the whole thing. Deep dive into Halloween monsters.
And what do you mean by favorite or best Halloween monsters?
Just opinion. We can go through what we think is the strongest, which one's the coolest, which one would be the worst to meet in real life, and overrated ones.
Spider-Man.
For all of them?
Overrated.
Oh. Is he a monster, though?
No, I'm just making a joke because every other person we ran into at FanX was dressed as Spider-Man.
I guess that is true.
Okay.
I was going to say my favorite monster was the Xenomorph, and then they came out with like 50 alien movies.
Yeah.
And it's less and less of a novelty. You know what I mean?
Because they already know my favorite, like, horror movie killer.
Alright, folks, what is it?
Monster.
Comment.
They already know it. Yeah, it was last episode. I told you about 17,000 times. So if you don't comment correctly, you're fired. You're fired from being allowed to dislike and not watch the video.
Oh. We all know it's Herbert the Pervert. Come on.
Hey, Chris. Want a popsicle?
I wish I could do. I'm gonna work on my Chris voice, and then...
Devin's got Chris down, bro.
Devin's got everything down.
That's true.
Okay,
I hope he
start off-
survives the mouse.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
This is the part
What's your
where you
favorite
cut-
then?
Cut in something, Dev, of you screaming in front of Mickey Mouse.
Oh, come on, pal. Tell me how much you love Disney.
Okay. I'm gonna say, though super cliche, I think my favorite monster of all time is a werewolf.
Okay. So we're just talking like monsters in general.
Yeah, let's go Halloween, see if we get through the classic Halloween ones, then we can do overall.
Alright.
So, like, favorite Halloween monster for me, a werewolf, and I've just always been freaked out. I don't know why. Something about, like, a guy, like, just his, or girl, I guess, body literally has to break and shatter to become this monster that they can't control. Very
Yeah, if it's
horror-
like the actual true lore of a werewolf where they don't have any control of it when it happens.
Yeah.
Not lycanthropy.
Except Teen Wolf. That Teen Wolf. Come on. Mid. Oh, I was like.
No, that's the Romans at the end of the fat. Yeah. The end of the fight. The Caesar would go like this. And then either give the thumbs up or thumbs down. And if they got the thumbs down, they'd be executed.
That's terrifying.
Rome, baby.
Oh, and Twilight. Twilight werewolves. That's not even.
Yeah, well, okay, so that's what I was going to say. I kind of like vampire from lore. However, not Twilight vampires. Get out of here. Nobody likes you.
Yeah.
You're just dumb. Just no. Okay? Cool. Glad we could land on that note. But, like, true vampire stuff is dope.
Yeah. I was just gonna say the glitter in the sun. It's pretty hot.
No!
Okay, so what about vampires? Like, why?
Okay,
Why
so vampires... if you look at the true lore of vampires, they're genuinely scary because they have high charisma. So, persuasion, sure, they can't come into your house without your permission, but hey, they can persuade you pretty well because they just have this passive ability of automatically making people like them. They're very smart. And it's one of those things where it's like, I kind of would rather fight a dumb enemy with a lot of strength than a smart enemy with tactics and strategy.
Also a lot of strength. Vampires.
And a lot of strength. Yeah, that's true. They are very strong.
I mean,
They
can
enhance
also,
senses.
yeah.
They can shapeshift. Yeah, werewolves are terrifying because they're these really strong dogmen that will just savage anything they see because they have no control over themselves. But you can bait that into a trap.
That's true.
It,
Man, you're convincing me.
It would be really tough to bait a vampire into a trap. Unless you're Helsing.
Oh, here's what we can do, okay? We each present a monster and then see which one's better. You know what I mean? Which one
Don't we
will
need
win?
a judge for that?
Dang it, Devin, why are you always... No, you're right. I mean, I agree, vampire, when you put it like that. But I don't like... I will say, there's something I don't like about Skyrim. I think the Skyrim vampire lord is dumb. You know, like that weird creature thing that flies around. And
Yeah, you're right.
I guess that's like the Van Helsing kind of vampire.
Wait,
Right.
we might be thinking of different things. I'm specifically talking about the Van Helsing, like the vampire from like the Dracula book, that version.
But no. Van Helsing. Sorry, Van Helsing. Do you know with Hugh Jackman?
Oh yeah.
Where
haven't
they
seen
turn
that.
into those. They turn into like monster kind of things. The
I
vampire
haven't
that
seen that.
appears human. That's terrifying.
Yeah, vampire.
But-
Yeah, exactly. The ones that could pass as being human, other than sunlight. But oh, I just turned my headphones off. 1 second.
No, I
There we
didn't
go.
say anything oh, never mind.
Doesn't take that long. Jeez.
I also. What do you think's the most overrated Halloween monster?
Overrated Halloween monster. That. Huh. Mummy.
I have Mummy.
Don't really know why.
Okay. I was gonna say zombie.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Zombie.
Like,
Well, I
there've
think-
been-
No, go ahead.
there's been so many renditions of zombies and all of this stuff. It's, yeah. I think they're still cool, but it's not original.
It's funny because my favorite version of zombies is from the I Am Legend movies, and or not movies, books, and those are closer to vampires than mummies
I was about
or
to
than
say.
zombies.
Yeah, or
So,
like the Maze Runner series.
oh, so good.
Like they in the books, just like almost I Am Legend, they're not zombies. They're more like human. They can talk. They communicate. They're not some mindless like. Dude, werewolves suck. I'm thinking about it. Just mindless beasts.
Yeah.
That's not scary. I'm
Not
sure
really.
if you're trapped in a room or being.
Absolutely. If you were stuck in a room with a werewolf where you couldn't get out, yeah, sure, that's terrifying. But I mean, they're mindless beasts. Just set and bait a trap. Hunters have been doing that for centuries.
I guess with a vampire, you could get rizzed before you die. So
Well, or transformed and turned into a vampire.
it's a win-win.
Is it?
Either die to a succubus or become one of them.
That's up to you to decide. Do you actually want to be a vampire like that? Have you ever read the Dracula book?
Yeah,
It would kind of...
I would want to do it if I had nothing to live for. Kind of like
Well, yeah, but
I'll
that's
do-
just a sad life anyways.
that's what I'm saying. Like uninstall life, become undead overlord.
Uninstalled life, but also powerful now.
See?
Yeah, no, if you have nothing to live for, sure, but, like, I don't know. I think it would suck pretty bad.
Do you know where the originality of vampires came from? Like back in the day when they thought it was real?
Yeah, it was Count... Ah, crap, what's his name?
I just forgot. It's not Vlad the Impaler, is it? No.
No.
Maybe?
No, I do know. I can't remember. I'm Googling it.
It is Vlad the Impaler.
It is Vlad the... Oh, yeah, it's Count Vlad.
Yeah.
His name was Count... They called him Count Vlad. Or Vlad
That's
the
right,
Impaler.
yep.
Yeah.
And also a Bloody Mary. Oh.
The drink. So what I'm hearing, Ben, is that you picked a bad answer, and we keep coming back to my answer because it was spot on.
Well, vampires are cool.
Exactly.
Bloody Mary was actually Elizabeth Bathory, and she would drink the blood of her servants or victims.
That's
Just like
nasty,
blood.
dude.
Yeah, she'd also do. She'd violate a lot of her female servants.
That's a violation.
But back in the day, when someone died of tuberculosis, they thought it was vampirism, and at night their body would come alive, and they would give their loved ones tuberculosis. They didn't realize it was spread through contact, right?
Yeah.
So, in order to cure vampirism, aka tuberculosis, they would have you go to the grave of the first person that died, dig up the body, burn their heart, and then eat the ashes. And that cured vampirism.
Yeah, but they would still die of tuberculosis.
Yeah, they did, so there's a problem. They're like, it's not working. We followed all the steps.
That's it. Stake through the heart.
Medicine. Modern medicine.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
But yeah, overrated. The reason I said mummy, I think, is just kind of the same. It's almost along the same lines as a zombie. A mummy is just a zombie in bandages.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I guess it's cooler because it's in bandages. Or Egyptian, I guess.
I guess the only the only mummy movie I can think of is The Mummy.
Yeah, those are dope, but that's not, at least for me, what I get when I picture the Halloween mummy.
Yeah.
I love the mummy movies,
cliche.
though. Yeah.
There hasn't been a good... Okay, well, I mean, The Mummy Returns, the Scorpion King thing.
We're alright. Have you seen Tom Cruise's The Mummy?
I had no idea Tom Cruise had a mummy movie.
I have not seen that one yet. I don't know how to feel about it every time I see the picture. So I'll watch it and get back to you guys.
Brendan Fraser's the only mummy killer.
Yes,
He did so good.
he did.
All right, so now let's think outside the box.
Abide to high hawks.
Right. So, obviously, like Jason from Friday the 13th,
Uh-huh.
he's terrifying, man.
Yeah, I think Myers is scarier.
I don't know. I know they had a Freddy versus Jason.
Look.
Do they have a...
If you just don't have sex by a lake, Jason ain't gonna get you.
Okay, that's true. He wants to be left alone. There's always horny teenagers that come and camp.
Whereas Myers, it don't matter.
Okay, so why does he go on the killing spree?
Michael Myers?
Yeah,
The evil within.
he just is evil.
According to the 5th Halloween movie, a cult performed a ritual on him when he was a baby.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Jason just saw his mom get beheaded.
Yeah, and then got thrown into a bottom of a lake. So as long as you're not screwing at that lake on the 13th, it's a Friday, you'll be fine.
That's true.
So,
Okay. I will say, I think Freddy Krueger is overrated. I call them the big three, you know what I mean?
you know what's really funny? Me and Devin were talking about this
What?
last week, but I want to hear your opinion before I tell you what we talked about. Go ahead.
Freddy?
Yep. The episode's out,
I
though,
mean-
so... Or not last week, but last episode. Did you watch it?
Yeah, the Cthulhu one.
Yeah, where we just ended up
I
talking
wanted
about...
an opinion.
Yeah.
I wanted an opinion in that. It's just...
Uh-huh.
I don't know. One, Freddy. Okay, dreams. Right. Scary. But I don't know. I just think... I don't think he's that scary. Sure, anyone with claws, but... You know what I mean?
I agree. He's not that scary. However, for me specifically, just because nightmares are pretty common for me, that's a no.
Yeah.
Yeah. For most people, though, I don't really know why I get nightmares so often, but I get like 3 a week.
Yeah.
But Yeah. So that'd
What
be
if
a
you
no
don't
for me.
dream? Does that mean Freddy's just a moot point?
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, Freddy was all supposed to be more on the comedic horror side of things, so that's why a lot of people think
I guess
he's
that's
not.
true. Okay, we can't talk about this topic without. This is a nod to you, Devin. The movie Trick or Treat with Sam. You know what I'm talking about? I know for a fact you know what he looks like. Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, Sackhead guy. Yeah, I've never seen this movie or heard of it, so.
It's Devin. I haven't seen it, but so there's this YouTuber, Dead Meat. What he does is he does a kill count for horror movies and kind of describes the plot. So Trick or Treat, this one is essentially like the Halloween movie, I guess. And there's not really a plot line. It's a bunch of short stories in the movie, and it goes reverse chronological order.
Okay, so we gotta.
So you see the ending first, and then you go back. But Sam is this kid. He's like this weird pumpkin skeleton thing. If you're keeping the spirit of Halloween, he won't kill you. But if you're destroying the spirit of Halloween, he will. Yeah, thank you.
That was really
yeah.
cute.
I know. Maybe I should get rid of the scary picture of my monitor.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know. We can talk about that one more when Dev's back, because I've never seen it either.
I think that one has vampires and werewolves. This weird school principal. How do I put this? The school principal carves a pumpkin with his son, but the pumpkin is one of his students he doesn't like.
Ah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
With the best boy grip in the room, I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, one thing I think Monster always overrated, but still freaks me out is clowns. Any killer clown.
Yeah.
Pennywise?
He's pretty dope.
I guess, well, technically Pennywise isn't a clown, he's an alien.
Just disappears as a clown. Everybody
Stephen
floats.
Unless you're a witch. No, never mind. The witches float. If you're not a witch, you sink. Oh, how didn't we talk about witches, man? Talk about overrated.
Yeah. Ever since Harry Potter.
Do you not like Harry Potter?
Overrated.
Harry Potter versus Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter would win any day.
Ha ha! No, that's bait, and I ain't gonna take it because you know how incorrect you are.
All you have to say is 3 words. 17 for 17. Okay, what's a monster that's not really Halloween? It could be a video game movie. That's absolutely terrifying to you.
I mentioned him in the last one too. Nemesis. Resident Evil. Appearance-wise, not really that scary, but
I mean, that's pretty terrifying.
yeah. And then he has a rocket launcher too. That's fun.
Okay, you have to choose a scenario. Whether be trapped with Michael Myers in a house or in a forest with Nemesis.
Michael Myers, and I will just force myself to stay awake. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I thought you said Freddy. What is wrong with me?
What?
I don't know. Michael Myers or Nemesis. I did that a bunch last episode too. That hurts me every time it happens.
Are we just repeating?
No, we didn't have this argument.
Oh, okay.
Michael Myers or Nemesis. I don't know why I thought you said Freddy. I don't know why, but no, Michael Myers. Like I heard you say Michael, and my brain heard Freddy. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Michael or Nemesis? I really don't know. I'm dead either way. If I could bait Nemesis into using the rocket launcher, it might just kill me faster. So maybe Nemesis. The answer for me is
who can kill me
faster.
faster.
Legitimately, who will kill me faster and make it the least painful. And while Michael doesn't like torture victims, I'm assuming it's Michael with the classic kitchen knife. That's not gonna kill you immediately unless he slits your throat.
I think knives are the scariest for me because it's not a quick
Exactly,
death.
exactly. Whereas Nemesis, if I can just get him to blow me up, It's over. Still terrifying. Don't get me wrong. I think I'd go with Nemesis just because he'd kill me faster, probably. Unless he... Yeah.
There we go. Okay, here's another one for you. You're in a kind of... Let's say your mom's house. Can't leave. Xenomorph or Michael Myers?
That's a tough one, too. Is the Xenomorph for sure going to kill me, or is it just going to implant babies in me?
You're put in that... Dude, you know what we're doing? We're just doing DPD
Yeah, we are.
IRL. I will play that again.
Yeah, we have to. The 2v8 starts... Which, for the record, guys, I've been streaming a lot of Destiny because the new dungeon came out last Friday. It will be back to other stuff this week.
I'll continue the Sons of the Forest, too.
Yeah, well, you've been streaming Son of the Forest like 3 days a week.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do every weekday.
I don't know when it starts. It's like next week, though, I think. It's for the Halloween event. We'll be streaming that a bunch. Maybe not like a bunch, but we'll probably do a few streams of that because all of us can play that together, and it's really fun.
I guess the only thing with DVD is it is that skill issue. Like, if you suck at the game...
but that's the nice thing about 2v8. Is A, there's 8 people. B, they can't hook camp you. You get teleported. No, if they get within like, however many meters of you. Ew.
I'll mention that soon.
However many meters of you, you're in a cage, not a hook. So the cage sinks and goes to the opposite side of the map from the killer.
Oh,
yeah, and it's not.
I hate that when they just stay by
It's
the
not
hook,
perk based
like,
either.
well,
Everybody has pre-built subclasses they have to use. It's
Okay.
a lot of fun
think
for
I
new.
would enjoy
Tanner
that a
enjoys
lot
it.
more.
Tanner enjoys 2v8. And that says a
Yeah.
lot.
Because the reason why I hate it is, I'm gonna shout him out. Tippy is freaking amazing at that game. Tippy and Regicide Orange, and all of them are good.
I'm okay.
And then when I joined you guys, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is the worst.
Yeah.
But that makes me feel
Go
better.
watch some gameplay of it and learn from people who know how to play the game, and it will be more fun. That's what I did. That's how I got into it. From watching a streamer who I won't name because they're not a great person. I came to find out a couple years ago and stopped watching them. But I watched them stream it before I knew stuff that happened. And I was like, oh, that looks really fun. And I would catch their streams every week. And finally I got into the game, and I already kind of knew what I was doing because of that. So
I guess I need
go to my channel. I actually have a bunch of videos on Dead by Daylight. My Epic Movie 21 channel that I haven't posted on in a year and a half. Hey.
It's okay. We got a joint
Yeah.
account.
I will, if we ever start doing this, like, part-time or anything that's, like, actually paying, I'll probably start doing more content for my channel as well. But, whatever. That's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about Halloween stuff. So, who would be your... also, I don't have an answer between Xenomorph and Michael Myers. They both suck. I'd hate both. Equally terrifying. Maybe Michael Myers a little more terrifying because he hides easier.
Yeah.
But, how about you? What would you... So, you asked me, scary killer that wasn't necessarily Halloween, and I said Nemesis. But what would your answer to that be?
So, I actually posted it in the
that
Discord.
is that the thing?
That is Legsy in Sons of the Forest. We call it the thigh clapper.
Okay.
It is the most... You have to post a picture.
Yeah.
On the bottom, which you don't see underneath, not only is it covered with legs and nipples, but on the bottom, there's just
There's a
bunch
picture
of
on the
teeth,
screen.
like human teeth.
100%.
Yeah.
That's nasty. So that or Michael Myers?
Right now, I'm calculating every possible scenario. Because that thing's about, like, 10 feet tall or whatever. It's huge. I think I would take that thing, the thigh clapper, because it's mainly sound based, and so you can kind of sneak your way through. I will admit, I think the scariest thing about Michael Myers or those kind of like murderers is they're people, and people are the scariest monsters.
That's fair.
Yeah, thank you.
Fair.
Well, all I was gonna say is it's atrocious that Devin's not here because he is the king of horror and Halloween.
Well, last week we did, or not last week's episode, not last week's recording. Dude, I don't even remember what happened last week's recording.
But I think I'll be honest, that's everything I have. I mean, usually when it's just two of us, try to keep it shorter,
we
right?
usually still go for 45 to an hour.
Oh, okay.
We try
I
to keep
didn't know
them
that.
full length. Sometimes we pull
Alright.
random guests in. Speaking of which, big welcome to no one.
Oh, it's like
I
Okay.
guess I could probably get Noodles up in here.
up to you.
Maybe
I
some
mean,
other time.
Now, which costume is your favorite to do?
So for me, that's not. I don't have a favorite costume. I do cosplays for Halloween generally, if I go
Me,
out.
same thing.
But I don't have a favorite one specifically because I try and do a different one every year.
I think my favorite is the Scarecrow.
Cicero.
No, Scarecrow.
Cicero.
Not Cicero. Why are you saying Cicero?
I don't know. Because Scarecrow reminded me of Cicero. Cicero's creepy, dude.
Yeah. See, clowns.
He's a
man.
jester, which I guess is a clown, but an old clown.
I guess all clowns.
No, he was, I guess, technically paid, but he was more or less, jesters would more or less be ordered by the king, so. As for just Halloween costumes, I'm likely to see what's normally my favorite ones to see.
Okay, if money was no object, what costume or cosplay would you try to go all out for?
That's a tough one. It'd either be a really intricate Destiny outfit, like the... If you guys have seen in my Destiny videos, not the streams because I've changed outfits since playing the Final Shape, but the pink and white Displacer Beast outfit.
Dude, that
would be cool.
Sweet.
Or Helldivers, but not the game. It's a book series, and it's not... The game isn't based off the book series, they just happen to have the same name. If you guys have ever read the Helldivers books, I would do a Helldivers dive suit. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Now I gotta look this up.
Look up
What does it
Helldivers
look like?
books.
That gives me
Yes.
big Halo vibes.
But not quite like Halo, you know?
Not quite, but
So.
yeah. It's more sleek.
Oh,
It's fine,
shiz. 11 came out? Ah, crap. I gotta catch up on these books. They're
Almost 5 stars.
fantastic books. Helldivers Book 1 came out in 2016. So, Helldivers the game definitely came first, but I don't know. It's a really good series, and they
Either
don't
way.
have anything to do with each other. Other than, I guess there are...
Yeah.
I guess there are evil robots, but...
Very-
It's not like Super Earth or anything.
Not the same,
There's
but-
similarities, but and they're airships as well. It's
I
not.
think-
It's just Earth. They're not spaceships.
So is it? Would you classify like action?
Yes,
horror kind of
100%
thing?
action
Or-
horror. Military action horror.
See, I want to read a good horror book. But okay, the thing I guess.
If you want to read a good
shifting
horror
gears.
book, you say.
Yeah. With horror, it's tough because I think I like more of a thriller / psychological. When it's gore, just straight gore, that doesn't get me. It's just
Give me
like,
just
oh,
a
that's
second.
kinda gross. You know what I
I'm
mean?
going to send you a few, especially if they're psychological. Glimpse. That is a good one. I'd recommend psychological
Glimpse.
horror. Same with Ink. Both of them are by the same author, Jonathan Mayberry, as you guys know in the last video I did with just me and Devin. He's probably my favorite author. All the Halloween movies, the novelizations are on Audible. There's only 3 of them. It's Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. I have a tradition
that's
of
good.
listening to them every single year for Halloween. They're fantastic.
Oh, heck yeah. I think. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Ink. I know. Oh crap. What was I gonna? Stephen King, right? Hot take. I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen King.
He's all right.
Like his
It's
style of
dreary.
writing, it just I don't vibe with it. yeah, the ideas are cool, but it's just not. Oh wow, I want to read that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Oh, also, same author again, but these are like one of his first series. What? Pine Deep. I think the series is Pine Deep. Let me look it up just to make sure.
Okay.
Those are fabulous as well. All 3 books. Yeah, it's the Pine Deep series. The books are Ghost Road Blues, Dead Man's Song, and Bad Moon Rising. 2006, 2007, 2008. Jonathan Mayberry.
I have to do this. Do you ever go through this thing where you're listening to a true crime or a documentary about a serial killer, and they mention some behavior that has nothing to do with the killer, like killer tendencies, and you're like, I do that.
Am I a serial killer?
Do I have this? But yeah, like I don't know. I go through these things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like.
Well, so here's the
could I
thing.
do
True
something
crime
like that?
stuff genuinely freaks me out. Because it really happened in real life, which means it could really happen again.
Yeah, like that's the scariest for me by far. I don't want to
I
read
hear
about
enough
that.
about that and all that stuff. No thanks. Anyways, we are at about our time now, though. So
But yeah, monsters. This actually kind of turned into
it
a
did.
horror book series.
It dawned on me. You'll be in Disney next week. But I'll be up at my mom's on Sunday next week, so I may not actually be here. So we may not have an episode next week, guys.
Devin can be by
Yeah.
himself.
I don't know. I can bring my laptop and stuff and see if I can find an area to set up and record. But have a nice day. We'll catch you all later.
All right.
Bye.
Love y'all.